He's getting two. That's right. I guess
We believe that the best of the scholar athletes are within this.
Thank you, George. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Ivy League, I would like to thank the National Football Foundation for initiating this 41-year history of the Bushnell Cup. We have co-winners. It is with great pleasure that I announce the 2010 Asa Bushnell Cup winners. From Dartmouth, junior tailback Nick Swieger. And from Harvard, senior running back Gino.
Sponsoring this event. As Buddy said, this is a great venue, a great opportunity to showcase the Ivy League. Also, congratulations to Dartmouth and Nick Swieger. They had a tremendous season. There's no question the Big Green is back, and congratulations on your accomplishments. Coaching guys like Gino and Nick, they're easy. They make good coaches out of us. Gino was one of the really outstanding people and players I've ever been around. As a player, to put in a little bit of context, over the course of his career, he averaged 5.3 yards per carry, which I believe is the most in Harvard history, which includes a guy like Clifton Dawson, who is the leading rusher in Ivy League history. He's one of those guys that, every time you gave him the ball, he'd do something you couldn't coach, and those are the great ones. For all the times he carried the ball, the thing he really liked to do, he loved to block. He was fearless, he was tough, he was very physical, and that's really what made his teammates and peers respect him. As a person, had an amazing work ethic, always the great leader, didn't say much. He was the guy that when you really needed something from your team, he would be able to bring it out of them. And one thing that young people aren't always comfortable with today is holding their peers to the same high standard that you hold yourself, and that's something Gino really excelled at. Players like Nick and Gino make great coaches of us. Thank you.
Career. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you Gino for
Thank you. First, I'd like to say thank you to the Ivy League and NFF for all this wonderful event. This is actually one of the first time I've been to New York, not playing a football game, so thank you very much. I want to congratulate Nick. We had an amazing season. You definitely, I enjoyed the competition. It was great, and hopefully continue to enjoy it. I'd like to thank Coach Murphy. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to come here and play and be our Crimson. Without you, this would have been possible. I'd also like to thank the rest of the coaching staff who couldn't have been here, but they are also integral to my success. I'd also like to thank my teammates, more specifically the offensive line, because I always say running back's only as good as their offensive line, and they did a great job. And I already promised them dinner, so it's going to be a lot of mouths to feed. Finally, I'd like to thank my parents who actually surprised me and were able to make it to this event. Coming all the way from California, I really do appreciate it. And thank you for putting up with me and taking me on my football games. I really appreciate it, and thank you. Thank you very much.
Coach, can we get you up here?
You should only get one? No. They only get one trophy.
Flight dinner? No, after the ceremony. Oh, that's the only
You know, talk about winning this award.
It's a great honor. I'm very humbled by this honor. I've taken a look at a couple of the names and being on the same award as Carl Morris and a few of those other guys. It's a great honor, and I'm really ecstatic.
Just talk about this season at Harvard, and then talk about your 4 years and what it's meant to you.
First and foremost, I'd like to say that Harvard was the best decision I made my whole life. Being able to work with a man like Coach Murphy and working with the players over there, it's been a great honor, and I'm glad I was able to make such a brotherhood and form that camaraderie that a football team does.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Talk about Gino winning this award.
Well, first of all, Gino Gordon is one of the really outstanding young people I've ever been around. Everybody knows what a great football player he is. Really one of the outstanding running backs in Ivy League history, and certainly Harvard history. But an even better kid, tremendous character, work ethic, was a selfless leader, one of those guys that really made everybody around him better, players and coaches. And one of those guys one of those rare guys that was willing to hold his teammates to that same high standard that he held himself, and that's tough to do. He made me a better coach.
Talk about his success on the field this year and over his 4 years, and how he meant to your program on the field.
Gino was kind of a unique and complete back. He's one of those guys that I don't think in 4 years I ever saw, until maybe the last hit at Yale. I never saw anybody really get a great hit on him. He just had that unique ability to make people miss. He had great vision, always chose the right hole. But he was a complete player, a very outstanding and fearless blocker, a tremendous wide receiver type of guy, a guy you could easily transition to wide receiver, throw the football. So for all those reasons, he made us a more explosive, more diverse offense, and really added to Harvard football in so many ways.
That's it. Thanks.